Have you guys ever thought of how can a magician know what card you have chose? So, this is simply by doing a card force, and today I'm going to show you 3 of my favorite card force from beginner to a more advanced one. So, hope you guys will like this video and make sure to stick around to the end because the last one is by far my most favorite one. So, see you guys in the performance. Alright guys, so this will be the first force that I'm doing in this video, and I have my spectator to give this deck a shuffle before everything starts. And now, I want you guys to comment below which one is your favorite card. So, my favorite card is actually the Queen of Hearts, so let's have a look where it is. So, it's right here, as you guys can see, the Queen of Hearts. And now, I want my spectator to give this deck a cut. Roughly half of the deck, as you guys can see, like here. And I'll just mark where they cut to. Now, I have no idea what your favorite card or my spectator's favorite card is, but mine is the Queen of Hearts, right? And the card that they cut right into is actually the Queen of Hearts. This force is called the crisscross force, which is a beginner card force that I think everyone should know. So I'm going to teach you right here in this tutorial. So for this tutorial, I'm going to use the Queen of Hearts as my force card. You're going to place your force card at the top of the deck and you're ready to go. First of all, you can give it a shuffle, but just to remember to remain the top card, which is the force card, on top of the deck, and you'll be fine as long as it's still on top of the deck. I'm going to explain it with the card face up. You want your spectator to give the deck a cut. They can literally cut anywhere they want to. Let's say they cut right here, and you're going to grab this deck as though they have cut out this deck. This is actually the bottom deck, and this is the top half of the deck. Place it sideways on top of the deck. Just tell them you're marking the deck. They won't actually realize it, that the card that is under this pack is actually the top card. So just place it on top and just chat with them, ask them a few questions, just to make them forget you have marked the deck and this is actually the top card. After that, you can just come back to this, tell them that they have cut to a really specific card and they can have a look at it. And of course, you already know that it's the Queen of Hearts in this case, and it is going to be your force card. So the next card force that I'm going to do, I can actually have my spectator to hold out their finger and I want them to point at any card they want to. So let's say they're going to touch this card right here. I'm going to split the deck and go ahead and have a look at the card. And of course, the card that you're looking at is the Queen of Hearts. So for this next card force, you're going to have your card not at the top, but at the 4th position of the deck. You can do this as a setup card trick, or you can do it as a impromptu card trick, where you can just control the card to the top of the deck and then give it a overhand shuffle. It's where you shuffle a pack of cards like this and then count off 3 cards, 1, 2, 3, like this, and then in-jog the 4th card and just shuffle up the other cards. After that, you're going to do another overhand shuffle, but this time use your thumb to push up the in-jog card, push it inside. You got a thumb break right here, and just shuffle up all the cards on top of the thumb break until you reach the end, and just place the whole deck on top. Now what you have just done is to place your 4th card, used to be on the top, but now it's at the 4th position. For this move, you're going to use a sleight of hand, which is called the call. So if you guys haven't heard of it, it's basically you're going to move the 4th card just like this and move it to the bottom so that the card is under your control. For this move, as you are spreading out the cards, you're going to put your thumb on top of the 3rd card. You're going to use your middle finger right here to pull the 4th card, which is your forced card. and just pull it like this, as you guys can see. Remember to use your thumb, place it tightly on top of the third card, and just pull the card with your middle finger of your right hand until it moved out of the deck, like this, as you guys can see. And now the card is under your control. Make sure this card is covered with all the other cards. At this point, you can have them touch any card from the deck, and you can literally split the deck. Let's say they touch this card right here, and you're going to hold the deck like this, and you're going to have your force card below their selection. You're not going to show them like this. They're going to look at the 9 of clubs. What you're going to do, you're going to grab the deck by tapping the side of the deck to your pack of cards. And now when you're showing them the card, they will look at the Queen of Hearts, which is the forced card. So before I show you the last and the most difficult card force that I'm going to teach you in this video, make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that you're not going to miss out any other future uploads about sleight of hand and card tricks. For this card force, I want to have my spectator to say stop while I'm putting down small packet of cards on the table like this, and they can go ahead and say stop at any point they want to. Let's say they say stop right here at this card, and of course it is going to be my favorite card, the Queen of Hearts. So this last card force that I'm about to teach you is going to be the most difficult card force I'm going to teach in this video. So if you're a beginner, make sure to practice the first and the second one that I taught you in this video. But if you want to challenge yourself, you can learn this one as well. So how this actually works is you actually have the force card on top, and you just give it a series of swing cuts and catch a pinky break above the selection. And when you're cutting the deck until you reach this card, and your spectator are going to say stop, right? But if they still haven't say stop when you reach here, you're actually going to secretly steal the card and just place it on top of this deck again, and just repeat the move until they say stop. You can have them take a look at the top card, and it will always be your force card. So let's get into the detail of this move. So first of all, once again, you want to have your force card on top of the deck like this. And for tutorial reason, I'm going to put my force card face up. You want to give this deck a series of swing cut. For the first swing cut, you're going to lift about 2/3 of the deck, like this, and just hold a pinky break. After that, you can do as many swing cut as you want. Just put the rest of the deck on top of your pinky break. Now, you're going to tell a spectator you're going to put down small packet of cards on the table. As you're talking to them, make sure you have already put down a few packs. After you have finished instructing them, place all the cards that are above your pinky break on the table to ready that they're going to say stop. If they say stop right now, it's going to be easy because you already know the force card right here on top. And if they say stop when you place the next pack of cards on the table, it's also easy because you know the force card is here, and just have them look at the top card. If it's not, when they still haven't say stop when your hand is coming back, what you're gonna do is to steal the top card from this pack. You're going to steal it like this and just place it on top of this deck and continue repeating it until they say stop. So how you're going to steal the card? You're going to hold the card like this with your 4 fingers, curling just to cover the front so that they can't see the card. Your thumb is just to hold the cards tightly so they can't see it from the front as well as from the right side. If they're like around you and they're on your left, that might be a bit more difficult, but we'll get into the angles later on. You're going to practice how to grab the card like this. So when you're placing the card on top of the deck, try and use those 4 fingers to grab the card. At the same time, you're going to cover the front so that your spectator can't see that you're stealing the card. If you're doing it face down and doing it quick enough, they just can't see the card. So a tip for you guys is when you're grabbing the deck from here, try to put it on your middle finger so that when you drop the card, your card is between your middle finger and your thumb so that you can hold it tightly instead of holding the deck like this. And when you're trying to steal a card, you have to regrip. It just looks a bit suspicious. So you want to get into position while you're splitting the deck, and you can just lift up the card and return the card to this deck easily after you have done that. Another tip for you guys is when you're splitting the deck and placing it on the table, your left hand is actually going to turn a bit, turn it 90 degrees like this. So when you are returning the card back to the deck, you can do it a bit quicker instead of just doing it like this. As you're twisting your wrist, you can return the card to the deck. If you do it face down, cut the pack, and just like this, it will actually seem invisible to your spectator. So as for angles, when your spectator is at your right, you can actually tilt your hand towards the left, just like this, so that you can hide your card and return it to a deck, just like this. I have the Queen of Hearts. I'm just going to place it at the table, and like this, I actually have it controlled to this pack. So from the front, I got my Queen of Hearts on top of here, and when you're putting the deck on the table, you're going to tilt your hand upwards so that you can hide your card and just replace it to the top of the deck. In speed, you can do it like this. You can't actually see the card if you hide it in the correct angle like this. So this is what you should do if your spectator is in front of you. So if your spectator is on your left, when you're cutting the deck, you can still cut it in a normal way. But when you steal the card, make sure to use your left hand to cover the movement of stealing the card. That's why you have to rotate your deck so that when you come back with your card, you can actually hide it like this. So if you do it quick enough, it should look like this, and your spectator would not able to see you have steal a card from the deck. This is why I still got the Queen of Hearts on top. So if your spectator is behind you, I don't really suggest to have the spectators behind you because it's really a exposed view. So I don't know what to do. What you can do is just do your move a bit quicker. Hopefully they just can't catch your move. So in this video, you guys have already learned 3 different card force. Hopefully you guys can apply them to your own trick and use it whenever you need to. So hope you guys like this video, and if you like this type of sleight of hand tutorial, make sure to check out this video as well if you are interested in it. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel right here. So that's it for me. See you guys in my next video. Bye.